What is going on, guys? It's your boy JJ Domination here, and as you can see on the screen, the Seattle Seahawks have a letter associated with the team name, and that is the letter Z. The Texans have the letter Y, and I'll explain why, no pun intended, the Texans have that letter. So the letter Y represents the Houston Texans winning their division. So they clinched their division with 2 games left in the season. As you can see, the Tennessee Titans right here with 8 wins, the Texans with 11. With 2 games left, there's no way they're going to catch them. So the Titans clinch a playoff spot in their division. What this means, the letter Z, not only do we clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but we also clinch our division as well. The 49ers are technically the second best team in the NFC, and they are also in our division. There's no way they're going to be able to catch us. It's just been a very interesting season, a very interesting dynamic. We basically already have the roster set as well for week 16 and 17, with this being our result of us basically already clinching home field advantage. We don't want certain guys to get hurt, and we think it'll be a good opportunity for some backups. So here in just a moment, you will be seeing how the roster is going to be laid out for the next 2 weeks. We'll see you then. So because of the good news of the Seattle Seahawks clinching a first round bye, this is what the lineup's going to be against Kansas City. So we have Austin Davis as the starting quarterback. We're going to let Russell Wilson sit at running back. We're just going to keep it the same, make sure these guys have fresh legs. Same thing with fullback, the same thing with receiver. An interesting dynamic, Dwayne Brown, he's not going to be playing left tackle, but in heavy set formations, he will be the third tight end, which means you never know. Maybe he goes out for a route. You just never know. But we're going to give Jamarco Jones, the rookie out of Ohio State, we're going to give him an opportunity at left tackle for the next couple of weeks. Same thing with Jordan Roos from Purdue. Justin Britt and DJ Fluker we decided to keep in there, just to have a couple of veterans as well. And then we're going to give Isaiah Battle out of Clemson an opportunity over Jermaine Ifedi. Let's see what he does for the next couple of weeks. At the defensive end spots, we're already kind of beat up and injured, so we're going to keep Rasheem Green and Marcus Smith. At defensive tackle, everything's going to stay the same. At linebacker, we decided to keep Barkevious Mingo, but at middle linebacker, we don't really have another middle linebacker on the roster, so we're going to give DJ Alexander the shot at middle linebacker. And at right outside linebacker, that's right, Shaquem Griffin is going to get the opportunity. We're going to see what he can do as KJ Wright sits out the next couple of weeks. At corner, we have demoted Shaquille Griffin altogether. It's not like he's, it's not like we sat him because we think he needs to sit. He is going to get demoted altogether. Byron Maxwell played well in the last game on special teams and on defense, so he is going to be cornerback number 1, followed by Dante Johnson and our slot corner Justin Coleman. But Shaquille Griffin in the doghouse once again. He has not played well. We're going to give those opportunities to someone else, and we felt like Byron Maxwell, after the way he played, definitely deserved them. We'll see what he can do for the next 2 weeks. Earl Thomas, like we mentioned, is going to stay in the lineup. And at strong safety, Maurice Alexander's been good. We're going to give the opportunity to Tedrick Thompson out of Colorado. At kicker and punter, it's basically all the same. Our kick returners, our kickoff specialists, our long snapper, all the same. Same thing with our third down running back, our power back, and our slot receiver. At right defensive end, or right left end I should say, or whatever it's called, our rushing left end is going to be Shaquem Griffin, and our rushing right end is going to be Barkevious Mingo. So the same guys, we just kind of switched them. Same thing with our defensive tackle. At sub linebacker, it's going to be DJ Alexander and Bradley McDougald. KJ Wright, of course, as a matter of fact, just to make sure he doesn't play, we're going to put in like Delano Hill, who I think also deserves an opportunity. He has been slowly upgrading this season. At slot corner, we kept Justin Coleman, and that is basically going to be the roster entering our Week 16 matchup against Kansas City. Welcome to Week 16 of the Seattle Seahawks Realistic Connected franchise. We are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, who are absolutely fighting to clinch a playoff spot. Meanwhile, for Seattle, we've already clinched home field advantage and the NFC West division. We are pretty much set. We control our own destiny We're going to be at home at the 12th man as we have 2 more home games. This one and the Sunday afternoon game against the Arizona Cardinals, who are also fighting for a playoff spot. Kansas City will be led by their young quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, out of Texas Tech. He is a second-year player, but a first-year starter, for those that don't know. For Seattle, certain players will be out there and some won't be. A lot of that has to do with guys coming off injuries, need to have fresh legs, like Earl Thomas. But whereas we're trying to protect certain players from potentially getting hurt, such as Russell Wilson, and you'll see pretty much later. Kareem Hunt right here, though, coming off an 81-yard and 1 touchdown performance. We'll see what he does here against Seattle's defense. The defensive line, pretty much whoever played last week is going to be playing this week. Still no Frank Clark, still no Deion Jordan. The linebacking core is a little different. As you saw in the last clip, we're not going to be playing KJ Wright or Bobby Wagner. But right here, we're fixing to get the ball. Harrison Butker is going to kick it off to J.D. McKissick, and he is going to basically field it at the 25. All the running backs will be playing today. Like I said, refer to the last clip before this officially started. And here's a look at Austin Davis. He has yet to actually come in and play this regular season, but a pretty good quarterback in the preseason, if you guys remember. He was able to stay on the roster, and really, you know, he's not the greatest backup quarterback in the world, but definitely a good guy to have behind Russell Wilson. He does offer speed and pretty decent throwing for the most part. But this is what it's all about right here. Rashad Penny, who is just being dragged down after a 13-yard gain. Penny coming off a 90-yard performance last week. And he's having a pretty good season, man. He was injured in the preseason. It's all starting to come together. It's all starting to click for Rashad Penny, and it's very exciting. And here is Will Dissly, who gets a short pass thrown to him from Austin Davis. That is a gain of 17. If you remember also in the clip prior to this gameplay starting, you will have also seen that some backup offensive linemen are going to be playing. We're trying to protect Dwayne Brown and DJ Fluker mainly. And I believe someone else. I can't remember the name now, but Chris Jones is going to bring down Rashad Penny for a gain of 4 yards right here. Let's take a look at our offensive line and you'll see what I'm talking about. Fluker's actually playing. That's my mistake. We actually took out Pokic and Dwayne Brown. Basically, all of our offensive weapons remain the same. We want to basically have them there and have them going. I thought about benching one of these guys, but Ed Dixon, I think he's clear to play next week, and I want him to be a part of the lineup. Nick Vannett, what a catch over the middle from Austin Davis. 2 of 2 for 28 yards for Mr. Davis. Not used to really seeing him play unless it's the preseason. Today he is playing because we've decided to sit Russell Wilson. Just got to protect your quarterback heading into the postseason. Davis now, he's going to give this one to J.D. McKissick. Spin move, and he is going to be brought down by Eric Berry and Justin Houston. He gets a gain of 17 right there. Very exciting time in Seattle, of course, as now we're going to get a Chris Carson sighting. Very exciting time, though. You just clinched a first-round bye, and you won your division. Carson going to get it up the middle. He's brought down by Daniel Schwartzen, and he is also hurt now, Chris Carson. That's something we kind of feared heading into this game, and well, you hate to see it, don't you? Very unfortunate right there. Very exciting times right now in Seattle, of course, but let's just continue to focus. Austin Davis now going to give it to J.D. McKissick. McKissick being drugged down by Chris Jones, and he's going to pick up about 5. A good run right there from McKissick. On 3rd and 4 now, here's a look at the defense. The Chiefs up front are led by Chris Jones, who is an upcoming player in this league. D Ford, one of the better pass rushers in today's game, with Justin Houston. And of course, Kendall Fuller, one of the better slot corners, with a safety tandem of Trey Boston and Eric Berry. A very interesting combination right there. Some good players in the Chiefs secondary. Now here we go, 3rd and 4. And it's a out to Rashad Penny, and it's a touchdown. Rashad Penny has been making people pay recently with that route. Coming out of the backfield, and the Seahawks getting hyped like they usually do when they score in this part of the field. Chris Carson has a bruised sternum. He's not returning, but Mike Davis and CJ Procise will look to get some opportunities as Janikowski is going to nail it down the middle. That extra point's good. Rashad Penny, man, ever since coming back from that injury, it's been kind of a slow process, but he has really turned it up the last month. He has been contributing heavily for the Seattle Seahawks. Arguably an offensive MVP. Kerwin Williams now, the former Cardinals running back, gets to the 31-yard line, and we're going to take a look at Patrick Mahomes, the Texas Tech gunslinger. 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Doesn't have 3,000 yards yet, but with his talent and capability, he could walk out of here with about 3,000 yards on the season. Patrick Mahomes, one of the up-and-coming players in today's NFL. A lot of people are high on him. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins lead the receiving corps, and already a false start right there on Mitchell Schwartz, the right tackle. Schwartz, a former Pro Bowler for the Cleveland Browns. Some starters on the defense we haven't seen before, like Tedrick Thompson, who is a rookie. Mahomes now looking to throw it, and it's batted away by Bradley McDougald. Could have been picked off right there. And now it's 2nd and 15 after the false start and the incomplete pass. Here's Kansas City's offense, led up the middle by Mitch Morse, one of the better young centers in the game. And, of course, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, and Kareem Hunt. That's a big four for any opposing defense to have to deal with. Earl Thomas, of course, still playing. He's coming off of an injury, and we want his legs to be fresh. 2nd and 15 here. Mahomes going to take the direct snap, throws it across the middle to Kelce, and he is met by Earl Thomas for about a 5-yard gain. We'll take a look at the Seattle defense right here, ladies and gentlemen, and the defensive line with the injuries and stuff basically stays the same from last week. The linebacking core is different, you may notice, because Shaquem Griffin is getting the start. And in the secondary, no more Shaquille Griffin. We are going to have Dante Johnson as our cornerback number 2 with Byron Maxwell, who has been playing very well recently. Mahomes now just overthrows Travis Kelce. Possibly could have had Tyreek Hill or Watkins. They had some mismatches right there. 4th and 10 though. Lockett is going to be the deep man as Colquitt is going to kick this one deep. Lockett going to field it at around the 6-yard line. And here's Lockett. And he is brought down by a big offensive lineman. Good hustle. A 28-yard return right there from Tyler Lockett, just trying to make some guys miss and trying to really make a play right there. Austin Davis now, he's coming out here with the Seattle Seahawks, and Rashad Penny still in the game. Doug Baldwin, you see him lined up right there on the left side. And Penny, he gets blown up right there by Chris Jones. That play gets blown up, I should say. You see the notable inactives right there. Ed Dixon will be back next week. Deion Jordan will return for Wild Card Weekend. And Frank Clark will be ready to go by the divisional round of the playoffs. So there is your timeline right there for injured Seattle Seahawks players. 2nd and 11. Rashad Penny gets it to the outside. Hits him with a little juke move right there. And Trey Boston missing the tackle. But D Ford is there to clean things up. Seattle already establishing the run against this Kansas City front led by Chris Jones and D Ford and Justin Houston. Some real talented players up front. And Penny now brought down by Eric Berry. Jones right there just brushing off a offensive lineman, but he couldn't get to Rashad Penny in time. that crack block just provided enough time for Penny to hit the hole running. Gain of 7 right there. Austin Davis gonna hand it off to Rashad Penny again. He can't get to the edge. Good job by D Ford getting out there. Now it's 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 at Kansas City's 45-yard line. This would be a 62-yarder for Seabass if he had to kick a field goal. Lock it in motion. McKissick makes a man miss. He's out there. He's got a little speed on these guys, but he is tackled inside the 10-yard line. Austin Davis on the play, just finding McKissick. It looked like a linebacker was going to play on him. Actually, that's Kendall Fuller. He makes a miss. Justin Houston's trying to chase him down, but eventually Reggie Ragland, the Alabama linebacker, is the one that makes the play. That's a gain of 39 for J.D. McKissick. Mike Davis is the power back in this formation. No more Chris Carson, who's out with a bruised sternum, and Mike Davis gets about 3 yards right there. Mike Davis, of course, was a part of the preseason cuts, and he ended up being brought back to the roster, which ended up being beneficial because here he is today. And overthrown by Wilson and almost caught by Tyler, or not Wilson, Davis, I'm sorry. I'm so used to having Russell Wilson in these games. Austin Davis, though, he overthrew, I want to say that was Will Dissly, and Lockett almost came away with it. Davis going to send Baldwin in motion. That's interesting. And Vanett, he couldn't keep the feet in, but he got good separation against Justin Houston. 4th and goal. Seabass is just going to have to take his 21-yarder, and it's good. That was a very good play by Vanett. He just couldn't drag his back foot. He created good separation against Justin Houston, who you're not used to seeing drop back in coverage. But because of the free safety blitz, he was freed up right there. And here's Kerwin Williams again. He's going to make the return, and he is brought down, it looks like, by Will Dissly and Trey Madden, the fullback. Mahomes coming out after a disappointing first drive where had a couple of guys open, but a false start penalty kind of forced his hand there. 5 wide for Mahomes. The line pinches. Mahomes now going through his progressions, and he had Tyreek Hill, but he overthrew him. Dante Johnson was able to stick with him. Mahomes now 1 of 4 for 5 yards on the day. Of course, Travis Kelce has his only reception on the game. A bunch formation now. We see Conley in the slot with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce over there on the left side. Mahomes. Counter run to Kareem Hunt. He has room to run, but he is brought down by Tedrick Thompson. A gain of 9 right there. 3rd and 1. A lot of different options here for Andy Reid. Let's see what he chooses to go with. The same bunch formation. Could it be a play action or a short pass? And no, they're just going to hand it off again, but Hunt is met by Jaron Reed, and I believe he loses a yard. Actually, no, they'll mark him 4th and 1. Good tackle by Jaron Reed. He was able to get good penetration on the right guard and created some disruption. Lockett, nothing to really work with, gets to the 22-yard line after fielding it at around the 19. So 2 offensive drives for Seattle and 2 scores. It's been a good day for them so far. Very productive day. And Davis going to scramble out and get a yard. And that's the end of the first quarter. 10-0 lead for Seattle with some backups in the game, really. Austin Davis just coming in here making the most of his opportunity. There's nothing really you could say about it. Nick Vanett now in motion. And now Penny, he is going to get a couple of yards, met by Chris Jones. It's 3rd and 7 now for Seattle. Seattle still trying to win these games, but they're playing not to lose, and I think that's a good mentality for a team who has already clinched a first-round bye. And he just overthrows Tyler Lockett. Austin Davis missed him. That was a good read, though, as he was able to sit back and go through his progressions. Michael Dixon, the Australian-born punter now. He's going to kick this away. Kicks it away to Tyreek Hill, and it's going to take a friendly bounce. And it's going to be fielded at the 13. Good punt from Dixon. Remember, it was Michael Dixon and John Ryan. John Ryan ends up getting cut. He goes to the Buffalo Bills, and we have Michael Dixon now. Play action to Kareem Hunt. Oh, and he's got a big play. He finds Chase Amaro, the former New York Jet and Tennessee Titans tight end. Chase Amaro coming up with a big play. A 42-yard gain right there. A huge play right there in the secondary. Mahomes now going to take a quick snap. He's got a man deep. 2 guys deep. Oh, I didn't even mean to user lurk right there, but Tedrick Thompson gets the interception. That was a good play from Tedrick Thompson. I did not mean to user lurk right there. Just a very instinctive thing. But Chase Amaro, man, a 42-yard interception, and then Mahomes getting a little crazy right there, and Kendall Fuller able to bring down Rashad Penny after a 4-yarder. Patrick Mahomes, man, just rolled out, and he was trying to throw it to Tyreek Hill. He had a step on his guy Tedrick Thompson. But here's Austin Davis. Dangerous pass. It was deflected. Defensive lineman could have possibly picked it off. 3rd and 6 now. And here we go. J.D. McKissick. No gain right there. As a matter of fact, it's a loss of 2. And Reggie Ragland's able to wrap him up. So 3 plays, 3 quick plays for the Seahawks offense. And Dixon now, he's going to kick this one away, and Tyreek Hill's going to field it at around the 12-yard line. And he is brought down by Shaquille Griffin, who is not starting, but he will be playing special teams out there today. Not really the demotion he was thinking about, but it happens, man. What can I say? Mahomes now, I formation. Play action to Hunt. Oh, and a deflection from Byron Maxwell. Patrick Mahomes looking for Tyreek Hill again. Second and 10 right here. Mahomes in the shotgun formation with Kareem Hunt. It's going to be a passing play right here. What's he going to go with? Has Sammy Watkins. Did he drag that second foot? No, they're going to say incomplete. Coleman got beat right off the press and slot coverage right there. And listen, man, that corner route was almost, it was open. He just couldn't get his feet down, so they catch a huge break right there. Patrick Mahomes now, he's going to be looking to throw it deep, possibly. He's brought down by Shaquem Griffin, the one-handed bandit, as they call him here in Seattle, a beast from UCF. He comes away with a sack right there, a covered sack. Lockett now. Can Lockett get the angle? No, he can't, but it's a good return nonetheless. Lockett almost had the angle on Steven Nelson, but he just wasn't able to get there in time. 1st and 10 right here for Austin Davis. Let's see what they want to come out here and do. They're just going to straight up hand it off to Rashad Penny, and he's brought down immediately by Anthony Hitchens, the former Dallas Cowboy linebacker. 2nd and 6. Austin Davis is out here again. Disley has entered the game for Trey Madden. It's a fake to Lockett. Davis, he gets it to Penny. Dangerous throw. Could have been picked off by Steven Nelson. But a low pointed pass to Penny. It's one of those plays the Seahawks love, man. Because Tyler Lockett has that ability to just take it and run with it on those end arounds. Dwayne Brown is in the game as a third tight end. 2 yards right there for Mike Davis. He's brought down by Xavier Williams. Second and 8, and they're just gonna run it. Rashad Penny brought down right there on the play pretty quickly. Almost 6 yards of carry for Rashad Penny, and good recognition from Austin Davis to switch out of the passing play into a run play. It's good recognition. And Austin Davis, they're going to do the same thing. Give it to J.D. McKissick. He's brought down by Trey Boston. And this team is having a whole lot of success running that football today. 100 rushing yards for the Seattle Seahawks. So this is only the first half. It feels like they're just getting started, too. Seattle has been really physical today against this Kansas City front seven. Penny right there gets about 5 or 6. A defensive player kind of fell down right there, so Penny with a spin move trying to get away from him, but it happens, man. 2nd and 4. Rashad Penny still in the game. Penny fighting his way ahead. He gets about 10 yards on the play, and it's 1st and goal at the 2. Penny just making the most of his space right there as he's brought down by Trey Boston. The 2-minute warning for Seattle, and they are in cruise control. They're just running the ball. They're having a good time. Austin Davis is making some throws here and there, and it's been a really good game for him. It's going to be a handoff to Penny, and he is going to power his way through. And Penny's got his 2nd rushing touchdown of this game. And as you can see right there by the offensive breakdown, 20 rushing plays and 10 passing plays. It has been a very lopsided attack from the Seattle Seahawks, as it is 17-0 Seattle. I mean, they have Austin Davis. They're just running the football. Davis throwing some short passes. It's nothing too complicated. On defense, though, I mean, they're forcing Patrick Mahomes, the young quarterback, into a lot of mistakes. You know, of course, the perimeter players he has, they have a lot of speed on these technically sound Seattle Seahawks corners and defensive backs, but just when you think you have them open, you don't. And that's the dangerous part about this team. Mahomes now gonna give it a run play right there, and TJ Alexander bringing down Kareem Hunt. Mahomes now shotgun Kareem Hunt, and he finds Tyreek Hill in space, and Maxwell's able to bring him down. He was actually on Justin Coleman right there. Tedrick Thompson now, the deep safety. Mahomes overthrows Tyreek Hill, but against Justin Coleman, that's a good matchup. Coleman is a good nickel corner, but out there on the perimeter against Tyreek Hill, it's very hard to contain that speed. He's almost a mismatch no matter who you put on him, but Justin Coleman, not a good matchup. Mahomes looking to throw it again. He's going to roll out of the pocket. Griffin trips right there, and Mahomes throws it away. Griffin could have had a 2nd sack on the game right there. Shaquem Griffin doing pretty good as a pass rusher. He's a real versatile player, decent coverage guy, but We're figuring out about his pass rushing ability today, and Mahomes gets met by Griffin again. Shaquem Griffin now has 2 sacks in this game. Seattle as a defense has 2 sacks, and they both came from Shaquem Griffin. Very impressive stuff today. And I think Lockett just not going to return it. And it's going to be down at the 8. I think Seattle's content with running the clock out anyway. It's been one of those games for them. They don't really have to do a whole lot. Daniel Swanson in the box for Kansas City's defense. Austin Davis gonna get this ball out to McKissick. And it looks like they are gonna go hurry up. It's a good little screen pass to McKissick. Remember earlier in the game they tried it and it didn't work out really well for them, so really interesting. Baldwin gets absolutely rocked by Reggie Ragland. Only the 12th passing attempt from Austin Davis in today's game. It hasn't really been a day where they throw a lot of passes. Baldwin in the slot right there working against Kendall Fuller. And Davis gets it to Lockett. And Chris Jones gets hurt on the play, and it's an injury timeout. What a strike from Austin Davis. Backup quarterback's just out here wheeling and dealing. D Ford almost got to him, by the way. It's good to note. Davis now empty formation. He's just going to throw it away right there. He saw Vanett, he saw Baldwin, but Trey Boston, a pretty good coverage guy. You don't want to necessarily throw it in his vicinity at all. He can make some plays. No negative plays for Austin Davis. It's rare backup quarterbacks get this opportunity, especially in Seattle, so got to make the most of it. And Nick Vanett. And Baldwin now. It's going to be a quick timeout from Seattle. Keep in mind, they started this drive at their own 8, and they are already in field goal range. Just about. It's been a good day for Austin Davis. 10 seconds. Let's see what he can do. Almost picked off right there, but almost caught by Nick Vanett. It could have been picked off. Nick Vanett could have caught it as well. It was a 50-50 ball, but nobody got it. 5 wide again. Oh, and they couldn't get the timeout in time, but Brandon Marshall went down late, but that was a good effort from Seattle. He just didn't go down in time, but here is what the halftime is looking like. They've dominated every category so far. Second half begins, and they'll be kicking it off. Seattle really bummed out. Brandon Marshall couldn't get to the ground in time, and it could be 20-0. But now Karen Williams is going to try to return it from the 2-yard line. Makes a guy miss. He's brought down by Justin Coleman. It's been a really interesting half for Patrick Mahomes. He's overthrown a couple of people. He's thrown an interception today to Tedrick Thompson, who is looking pretty good at strong safety right now. And it's a play-action play. Keep your eyes open, Mahomes. He's trying to make a play, and he is brought down quickly. And I think Shaquem Griffin got the sack again. So Shaquem Griffin, if he did get the sack on that last play, he will have just created, or completed, I should say, the hat trick. 3 sacks for him in this game. That is impressive. Schwartz is having a bad day. Mahomes now, he's going to take off. Probably a good idea, and he's going to pick up the first. No, he's not. 3rd and inches. DJ Alexander had to bring him down too. That was pretty embarrassing. Mahomes. It's a play action again. But good play design. He gets it to Kareem Hunt, and Griffin's forced to bring him down. Mahomes now 4 of 12 for 76 yards. Good play design from Andy Reid. I mean, nobody was on Kareem Hunt. A lot of the attention went towards Travis Kelce and Anthony Sherman. Mahomes. It's going to be a play fake again. Griffin almost gets there, but it's Barkevious Mingo who gets the sack. Griffin almost had him wrapped up, but I think I think he may have tripped over Kareem Hunt. But it's 2nd and 13. 4 sacks for Seattle's defense. Going up against Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher. A draw play for Hunt. He falls forward against DJ Alexander, and now it's 3rd and 4. Here we go, 3rd and 4. And Watkins, good play against Byron Maxwell. A couple of broken tackles, and Mitch Morse is hurt on the play, but Barkevious Mingo brings down Sammy Watkins. Good coverage from Maxwell, just a really good move from Sammy Watkins. 1st and 10 now. Kareem Hunt in the backfield, 2 tight ends set. Almost picked off by Mingo. It was well covered by Barkevious Mingo. It's typically, I mean, he's a 4-3 outside linebacker. He can cover. He's a good pass rusher, very versatile player. Just couldn't haul in that interception. Bunch formation again. We've seen it a few times in this game, and Mahomes looking for the deep shot, and he's going to get a good look. Sammy Watkins almost had it. Coleman rips it away. Now it's 3rd and 10. It's field goal range for Kansas City. Tedrick Thompson, the deep safety, and I think there may have been some movement on the defensive line or the offensive line. And they will get the offensive line again. Travis Kelce getting called for the false start. 3rd and 15 now. Earl Thomas and Tedrick Thompson, the deep safeties. Mahomes. It's play action. A deep shot. Battered away by Dante Johnson. He has been balling this game. A couple of deflections. Almost had an interception. I mean, what a game it's been for him. He's been facing Tyreek Hill and Chris Conley the majority of the time. The 2 fastest players on their offense. Here comes Harrison Butker, a 52-yarder. Well within range. It's a good kick for Butker. Butker, of course, one of the better kickers in today's league. Very accurate. Amar Darboh, though, that's back, way back in the end zone. No way he's returning that. A good drive from Kansas City. It gives them a sign of hope in a game that they need to win. But with a 14-point lead, we expect to see a lot of direct handoffs from the quarterback to the running back. And Rashad Penny, 87 yards in this game on 14 carries. Tackled on the play by Trey Boston. J.D. McKissick is in the ball game now. There's J.D. McKissick. He is wrapped up by Reggie Ragland before he breaks away, but he gets 6 yards before going down. It's been a good game for Seattle. Well balanced. I mean, it was run heavy, and then we see him throw it across the lot in the 2-minute warning. Rashad Penny now, that play gets blown up. It's a loss of 2. Brought down by Allen Bailey. 3rd and 6. Austin Davis may force his hand here. He may have to throw it. And there's J.D. McKissick, and he has the angle on Eric Berry, and he is going to get the first. It's always a risk throwing those little out routes are throwing those little routes, you know, those check down passes, because, you know, if Eric Berry gets a good angle, that's not a first down. Rashad Penny almost has the catch, but I think the pass was deflected by Reggie Ragland. Second and 10. And here's Will Dissly powering his way ahead. He shrugs off a Trey Boston tackle, and he brings Anthony Hitchens down to the ground with him. It's been a good game for Will Dissly. That's his second catch. He's a really good blocking tight end as well. Most people may already know that. Brandon Marshall in motion. Austin Davis, it's a give to J.D. McKissick, and what a hit from Schwarzenson. That's about a 3 or a 4 yard gain. They mark him down for 3. It's been a good rotation to have J.D. McKissick and Rashad Penny. Having both guys in, both their legs are going. Both remain relatively fresh. McKissick, though, he gets about a yard right there. Maybe 2. They'll mark him for 2. And here we go. The formation is changing. And there's Doug Baldwin. What a catch, but I don't think he got the first. 4th and inches. Seattle just gonna take the field goal. Seabass kicking it deep. It's a 45-yarder, and he drains it. Pretty productive drive right there from Seattle, just keeping Kansas City on their toes. Some good passing plays and some great runs. And now they're going to kick it away to Karen Williams again. Kerwin now, what's he going to do? He breaks off a tackle, and he is brought down by Will Dissly and Trey Madden. Gets out to the 25. Let's see what Patrick Mahomes can do. It hasn't been the greatest of days for Patrick Mahomes. It's probably a game he wants to forget about, honestly. But here we go. It's a give to Kareem Hunt. He keeps going. He shrugs a tackle from Alexander. Tedrick Thompson and Byron Maxwell, I believe, are there to clean it up. Patrick Mahomes now shotgun. It's a give to Hunt again, and Kareem Hunt is met by Tedrick Thompson again. Thompson's been playing pretty well in this defense for Seattle. He's taken advantage of the opportunities. Already has an interception in today's game as well. And it'll be 3rd and 6 right now, actually. It'll be 4th and 6 to start the 4th quarter. Mahomes might want to pick this up. Mahomes. 5 rushers. Kelsey, good route right there. What are they going to mark him at? 4th and 1. And Kansas City's going to challenge the spot. It was an out route by Travis Kelsey. He was brought down by Earl Thomas pretty quickly. They're going to look at the spot right here. Really can't see where the marker is from any of these angles. I'd imagine they probably get the first down. I mean, to me it looks clear. I mean, I saw where the marker was and everything when the play happened. And they are going to give him the first down. Good challenge from Kansas City. Keeps their drive going. Not really too mad about that. He did deserve the first down. Mahomes now trying to make a play, almost got sacked, and he throws it to Kareem Hunt. He was brought down by Justin Coleman. Mahomes now 7 of 18 in this game. It's been rough, man. It's been rough for Patrick Mahomes. Probably a game he's going to want to forget, like we mentioned earlier. Mahomes, he's going to hike it again. He's going to throw this one deep. And he overthrows Tyreek Hill. Dante Johnson getting beat off of the press right there from Tyreek Hill. And here we go. It's a run to Kareem Hunt. They come out in a dime package. And Hunt's still able to get about 6 yards. And in the dime package, of course, we will see Shaquille Griffin, who was the 4th corner on the depth chart, technically. 3rd and 4 now. Mahomes. He's going to hike it. Mahomes now. Oh, and he breaks the tackle, and he's gonna, I mean, he broke the tackle from Tedrick Thompson. He goes through DJ Alexander, and he's gonna get good yardage. Mahomes, a very underrated runner. A lot of people really forget that about him. Kareem Hunt, good run from him. And he is injured on the play. Not good to see right there. We'll see who comes in for him. It's going to be Spencer Ware, the former LSU fullback. He was actually on Seattle's roster at one point, so an interesting storyline right there. Batted down by Justin Coleman. I think he was looking for Chris Conley. Coleman's done a good job against Chris Conley, but against Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill, I mean, I don't know. 3rd and 5 right here for Patrick Mahomes. Sherman's in the game, so is Charkendrick West. And a good move from Charkendrick West. He makes Thompson miss. We'll see where they mark this one. They're going to give him 4th and 1. Will they challenge the spot again? And here they go. They give it to Charkendrick West. Coleman on a slot corner blitz. It's going to bring him down. And Austin Davis and company, they are headed back onto the field. Justin Coleman, I believe, is an impending free agent. So an interesting dynamic right there. And here's Rashad Penny. Good blocking from Vanett and Disley, and Tyler Lockett is hurt on the play on the other side of the field. Hopefully it's a minor injury and he'll be okay. Seattle's been having their way in the run game. Very physical up front. And Mike Davis gets about a yard or two. They'll mark him for a yard. Tyler Lockett, an elbow sprain. Just to play it safe, Brandon Marshall can be wide receiver number 2. 2nd and 9. Rashad Penny remains the main back in the system, and 2 yards for him. He is eclipsed 100 yards. Good for Rashad Penny. Third and 7 right here on a game where they've had 50 offensive plays and 28 have been runs up to this point. 3rd and 7. And Brown could not get to the marker. The pass was a little bit too out of bounds, but 4th and 2 now. They're going to probably punt this one away. Michael Dixon now, he's going to punt this one back. And that one just hits the 20-yard marker, or not the 20-yard marker, but the end zone. Just hits it. First and 10 right here. Spencer Ware's in the backfield for Kareem Hunt. It's a draw play. Ware's going to get it. He's brought down by Barkevius Mingo. Former LSU Tiger on LSU Tiger right there. Of course, Spencer Ware came into the league as a fullback. Barkevius Mingo came into the league as an edge rusher. He still is, to a lot of people's surprise. Tyreek Hill a little underthrown, or a low ball from Patrick Mahomes, who's only completing 33% of his passes, 7 of 21. 3 tight ends, and Spencer Ware is the running back. And Tyreek Hill gets off of Byron Maxwell. A mismatch for Tyreek Hill or a mismatch for Maxwell, I should say, because of the quickness of Tyreek Hill, but Maxwell has the size. But I mean, you're getting ran by Tyreek Hill. I mean, that size pretty much gets neutralized. It's a screen pass, and 2 guys get tripped up right there, and DJ Alexander comes back from one side of the field to make the tackle, a gain of 6. So they run that screen pass to get some yardage out of that. And here's Patrick Mahomes again. Spencer Ware's in the backfield. It is 2nd down and 4. A good catch from Watkins, well covered by Byron Maxwell. Maxwell, it's been a shaky game, but I think overall I like what I see. If I'm going to be honest, Mahomes under center, he's going to take the snap. He's going to throw it to Charkendrick West. He was brought down by Shaquem Griffin. I always get those 2 confused. The Griffin brothers. 2-minute warning right here, and Seattle pretty much has this one wrapped up. It's a run to Spencer Ware, and it's going to be about a 6-yard gain. Tyreek Hill's lined up as a tight end. That scares me a little bit. And Tyreek Hill is going to get the quick touchdown. Earl Thomas played down low, and there was nobody up top to catch up. Good play from Tyreek Hill. I mean, it gives them life, but I think the game's over. It's 20-10 with an onside kick incoming. I mean, anything could happen on these, but you just never know. Jerron Brown is going to recover it, and they're already in field goal range just from recovering it. Andy Reid, a look of disgust right there. As you see, that team is, you know, they've just been fighting, man. They're just fighting for this playoff spot. McKissick now going to get the handoff and almost breaks free of the tackle, and the Chiefs are going to call a timeout after a 9-yard gain from J.D. McKissick. 2nd and 1 right here at the 29-yard line for Seattle, as they're looking for win number 12. It has been, how ironic, at home with the 12th man, they get their 12th win. All coming in full circle. Mike Davis, no gain. Actually, he gets a couple of inches. Now it's 3rd and inches. Speaking of the measurement right there for how much he gained. And here's Rashad Penny, and he's going to finish it off right there. Just got to run some clock out, and that'll be it. Seattle getting win number 12, just basically securing the number 1 seed. And a face mask penalty incoming for Kansas City. Good run from Mike Davis, but David Emerson with a face mask. Make that 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Austin Davis now, he's going to hand it off to Mike Davis, and what a hit from Anthony Hitchens. Mike Davis, 6 runs for 20 yards on the game. It's been a pretty productive day for all the running backs so far. And Austin Davis gives it to J.D. McKissick. He loses some yardage, but that's most likely the last play of the game, unless they choose another run. which they will. And they will give another run, and a 5-yard carry for Penny, as that's going to end the game. Seattle gets win number 12. Andy Reid throws his playbook down in disgust, or his play sheet I should say. This was a must-win for Kansas City. I mean, even though they're one of the top teams in the AFC, technically they're below Oakland in their division. This was a must-win game for them to create separation. For Seattle, it's win number 12. Home field advantage is pretty much secured. But the funny thing is, they're undefeated on the road, I believe. Either they're undefeated on the road, or I can't remember what I said in the first clip. I want to say they're either 7-1 on the road or 8-0, but I can't remember. But hopefully you guys had a good time enjoying the gameplay. Week 17, man, one more game to go for the regular season against the Arizona Cardinals. Then we have the playoffs and the offseason. Even if we win the Super Bowl, the goal is to do 3 years. So we're going to try our best. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and peace out.